Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for this evening's performance at the Millennium stage. Please welcome to the stage from Hawaii, KAHULANUI.
The 1920s and 30s of Hawaiian music here at the Kennedy Center. This ladies and gentlemen, on the ukulele, Mr. Duke Limaloa Tatum. The old Hawaiian steel guitar, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dwight Tokamoto. On horns, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jesse Snyder, arranger of the KAHULANUI horns. To all of you ladies and gentlemen, aloha! Oh, come on, we can do better than this. We came all the way from Hawaii to this great weather. Just awesome. And so, with that, you gotta give us more. Ladies and gentlemen, aloha! That's what we're talking about. We call ourselves KAHULANUI. In 2011, we started a CD, and I told the producer that I wanted to do something real different. And when I showed him that, we wanted a horn section, and we wanted to redo the music of Hawaii from the 1920s and 30s. He thought I was crazy. But after the first song, he understood that it was a very special time because these Hawaiians, Ray Keeney, Lonnie McIntyre, hit the road with their swing Hawaiian music and ended up in New York City. So we just came from New York, folks, from something called Global Fest. And now we're here in Washington, D.C. to share the swing Hawaiian music of yesteryears. Ladies and gentlemen, aloha, and here we go. A son of the Big Island, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bill Noble. Papuana, Ua Iwi Nani Vai Ale Ale, Menegini, Mano o Kalani Mo. That was almost forgotten until KAHULANUI came along. Yeah. Woo! I tell ya. Thank you so much, everybody. Welcome, welcome to the Millennium stage. Welcome to the Millennium stage here at the Kennedy Center, and we've traveled many, many miles to come and perform for you folks, and a dream come true, truthfully. Especially for one of our entertainers in our band, mainly because he comes right from here. And before I go on, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the band to all of you again, on ukulele, Hawaii's finest, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Duke Limaloa Tatum.
Aloha.
On steel guitar, ladies and gentlemen, his name, Mr. Dwight Tokamoto. Starting with our horn section, ladies and gentlemen, he is the arranger. And ladies and gentlemen, his name, Mr. Jesse Snyder on saxophone. He joins us from the West Coast, ladies and gentlemen, from Oregon, but yet has ties to the islands of Hawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, on trumpet, his name, Mr. David Klausnitzer. That's right. See, I can say the Hawaiian names, no problem. These other names I don't really know. Ladies and gentlemen, on trombone, he's the youngest member of our band, but the most talented one. Ladies and gentlemen, his name, we call him Brother Vincent D'Angelo. As I said, he's a son from the big island of Hawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the only guy that can really say he is from the Big Island. That's where we're from, the island. For some of you going like, well, what is that? The island with the volcanoes, the live volcanoes, that's where we come from. Ladies and gentlemen, and he's the only guy born and raised there. Ladies and gentlemen, for Kohala, Hawaii, his name, Mr. William Bill Noble. Ladies and gentlemen, he helps me out big time. He's the guy that will help me arrange all this stage and make sure my guitar is in tune and make sure I don't get in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, on bass, Mr. Pat Skilson.
Aloha.
Now this one, you got to give a round of applause because he took himself to the islands of Hawaii with the talent that he had and joined a Hawaiian band. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Virginia, right from here, ladies and gentlemen, his name, Mr. Tim Taylor. And in fact, his dream was to play a stage here at the Millennium stage, anywhere close to Kennedy Center. Way back he told me, we gotta do it. And today we have our chance to do it. And thanks to him, he got in touch with some people. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tim Taylor.
I think I'm going to introduce him, our lead singer on guitar, Mr. Lennon Naipo.
Aloha. There was a difference between Hawaiian music of the swing era. There was the true Hawaiian music with Hawaiian language. And then there was the other one that was called Hapaholi that made the movie industry big here in the islands and put us on the map. To all of you ladies and gentlemen, the movies that came from the islands of Hawaii, to all of you on the mainland, the music went like this. Maupua pono, maupua pono, olo 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 no, ebony mai oe, kupono iho, iluna ilalo e oe nei, a elalo e no. Tried it, the yucca hula. It's a little wiggy, but it's nothing like a little bit of hula. The yucca hula, won't you come and try it? The yucca hula. It's a little trippy. From here to Chattanooga, shake it over here, way over there, all around the island, down the yummy yummy, we have been gay. Have you ever tried it? Yucca hula. It's a little wee, but it's nothing like a little bit of hula. The yucca hula. Won't you come and try it? The yucca hula. It's a little trippy. From here to Chattanooga, shake it over here, way over there, all around the island, yummy yummy yummy. You have been there. Everybody, ohe ohe, kaipule manu, ane ene mai, da bili bono da hua, da bili bili bono da hua, uni mai oe, maupua pono, maupua pono, olo olo olo, kabuni mai oe, kupono iho, iluna ilalo e oe ne, a elalo e no. This might be easier. Have you ever tried it? Yucca hula. It's a little wiggy, but it's nothing like a little bit of hula. The yucca hula. Won't you come and try it? This yucca hula. It's a little trippy. From here to Chattanooga, shake it over here, way over there, all around the island. Yummy yummy, you be happy and gay. Hey, hop, hip hip hooray, hey, hip hip hooray, hop, hip hip hooray. Oh, kalena. Yeah, there you go, folks. When I first started arranging some of this music or thinking about doing this whole thought of doing the 1920s and 30s of Hawaiian music came at least 30 years ago. But we were remembering those gentlemen that made that music so popular. During those days, there were these musicians also. They came from my hometown, especially this one musician. And for you folks that know Hawaiian music, might know the name. His son might have been here. His name is Cicero Pahinui. His name is Mr. Pops Gabby Pahinui. He took a song that was from the big island of Hawaii, and he made it his song, and he made it so very popular. Ladies and gentlemen, we do a love song we call Hi'i Love. It talks about a waterfall. It says, a woman is transformed into a waterfall and a man into a rock. This is the only way the love affair could take place. Being the woman was of royalty and the man was just a commoner. Ladies and gentlemen, my lovely wife, Lay. An avid steel guitar player. Ladies and gentlemen, steel guitar, Mr. Dwight Tokomoto. To all of you, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely hula styles of my beautiful wife, Lay. We took the music from an old song, and we gave Jesse some time to arrange what he thought if he was around back in the day and how he would arrange Hawaiian music. And this is what he came up with. Mr. Jesse Snyder and his arrangement of old Hawaiian music back in the day. You know, back in the day, I lived not too far from here, a place called Alexandria, Virginia. I worked for the airlines, and that's what I remember. That's about all I remember. I remember it was cold. I remember digging myself out of the snow. But while I was with Hawaiian Airlines as a sales promotion member there, I had the chance to play with one of Hawaii's top composers. Again, for the ones that are enthusiasts of Hawaiian music, might remember his name, Mr. Andy Cummings. And he wrote the most beautiful song. Because when you come to the islands of Hawaii, you're not thinking of Kona, Hawaii. You're not thinking of Hilo, Hawaii, where we come from. But you're thinking about that island of Oahu and a beautiful place that is called Waikiki. And so to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, there's a feeling deep in my heart, stabbing at me just It's a feeling I see memories out of the past. Oh, those memories that always will last. Of those days beside the sea. Night when the shadows are falling, I hear your rolling surf calling, calling, calling to me. It's for you that my heart is yearning. My thoughts are always returning out there to you across the sea, or tropic nights and your wonderful charm. As I held in my arms, Untitled Swing, and heavenly. My whole life is empty without you. I miss that magic about you. Magic beside the sea. Tropic nights and your wonderful charms I'll remember in my memory as I recall, as I held in my arms Untitled Swing and heavenly. It's empty without you. I miss that magic about you. Magic beside the sea. Magic of white To all of you ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Waikiki. Hello. Oh, thank you. As I was saying, in 2011, we started a CD, and in 2012, the CD was released. And all of a sudden, it was the end of 2012 that we released that CD. And it was just a few months before the voting was over and registration was done for something called the KAHULANUI Awards, which is equivalent to the Grammys in Hawaii. With that very short period of time, the music was recognized by the KAHULANUI Awards, and we were nominated for in three categories for the Hokus. In 2014, if that wasn't good enough, now we really knew that this music had a place in Hawaii when it was nominated for the Grammys in the Regional Roots category. Thank you. And this was only through the help of our musicians that are on stage right now, the core band. And if it's not the core band, ladies and gentlemen, a guy that believed that the horns of back in the day would have worked, definitely would have worked, and it was Jesse. So with that came music like this. Sweet brown maiden said to me, and she gave me language lessons on the beach at Waikiki. Remember those days? Come on, boys. Yeah, there you go. You know, back in the day, in the islands of Hawaii, and every day is a warm day. And you know, everybody wants to go to Hawaii. How many have been to Hawaii? Wow. How many have family in Hawaii? Oh, wow. That's unbelievable. You folks in the front don't count. Oh, boy. Well, back in the day, for the ones that have family and were even raised on the islands, there's something called a paina. A paina is a party. And when it happens and you're sitting around and having a great time, it's one of the most awesome things because our families will sit down and start just grabbing a guitar, a ukulele, whether it be grandpa, grandma, cousins, aunties, and uncles. They would always end up playing this. Sweet someone, whoever you may be, sweet someone, you sent me to a tear. Although you pay no attention to me at all, one kiss and needless to mention, I had to fall. I wonder who's keeping us apart. No blunder, do away your heart until you whisper I love you, and then I'll know, sweet someone, that you belong to me. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jesse Snyder on saxophone. Although you pay no attention to me at all, when just sending less than urgent, I had to fall. I wonder who's keeping us apart. No blunder, and give away your heart until you whisper I love you, and then I'll know, oh, sweet someone, that you belong, that you belong, that you belong to me. You're my sweetest someone, 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 hope you belong to me. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, an old time number in Hawaii. Yeah. Like to be a Waikiki with you, my little chickadee. Just with you, skies are blue, holding hands all day through. Then at night, oh, the moon up above will tell us that we're in love. Like to be a Waikiki with you, my little chickadee. Ladies and gentlemen, the New Orleans Jazz Fest. Waikiki with you, my little chickadee. Just with you, the skies are blue, holding hands all day through. Oh, that night, the moon up above will tell us that we're in love. Like to be at Waikiki with you, my little chickadee. I like to be at Waikiki with you, my little chickadee. Wow.
I like that song.
You know, I tell you, we love that music from way back, and that's the only reason why we're doing it big time today, or this evening. But I tell you what, there was a song that I always thought that when we get on the road, all the music that we did before we even did this type of music, this 20s and 30s of Hawaiian music, we were doing something called the contemporary side of Hawaiian music. And I always wanted to see what it would sound like with a horn section. And one of the biggest things, if we were really missing home, would this really fit? A song that talks about our home. And this evening we are far away from home. But DC, you make us feel like we're in Hawaii. Thank you, everybody. Aloha. This goes out to some very special people that miss their brother or their son. Because he comes from Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, from Tim Taylor to his parents and his sister and his family. This goes out to you folks. Up. Ooh, ooh. Frozen far away from home, we've been lonely, missed you only. We away sunny days, not quite the same as the ocean blue. We're at home in the islands, yes we are. Home in the islands, yes we are. Home in the middle of the sea. Not happy guys, tropic skies, living the life of the gypsy musician and his holidays for the lady of our hearts, miles and miles and miles away. We're at home, the island, we're at home, in these islands, we're at home, in the middle of the sea. Ladies and gentlemen, on the ukulele, Mr. Duke Limalo Tatum. Ladies and gentlemen, on steel guitar, Mr. Dwight Tokamoto. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, our horn section, starting with Mr. Jesse Snyder. Mr. David Klosnitzer. Mr. Vincent D'Angelo. Mr. Bill William Noble. Up. To all of you, ladies and gentlemen. From Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, his name, Mr. Tim. We gave him his Hawaiian name, Noel Taylor. Next to me is on bass. His name, Mr. Pat Skilson. And this is what he does. Check it out. Thank you for joining us. Aloha! Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, let you know, we do have CDs available. Check it out in the back. Aloha, everybody. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll tell you what, folks, we're doing one more and we're out of here. This was from my grandfather back in the day. This is how he did it. And this is how I do it today. Enjoy. Here at the Millennium stage here at the Kennedy Center. Aloha! Thank you, everybody. Aloha! Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. It's in the back. Thank you. Aloha.